Welcome everyone to round 12 of the Iracing.com V8 Supercar official online series presented by Iracing.com Extreme Sim Gear and Rack Clutch Services. Jay Kennedy and Stephen Sandman Clark joining you for the final round from Brands Hatch in the UK. G'day Sandman.
G'day Mr. Kennedy, 30 laps around Brands Hatch. Probably not the ideal conditions as far as flat out race pace, but I think a few drivers may have to save fuel, which will make things a little interesting.
I think 80% of the field will be saving fuel and the rest will be bidding and hoping they can pass guys on better tyres and different strategies. So definitely going to be an interesting race. We won't expect to see a train like we sometimes do with these fuel saving races, but definitely will be a good race tonight. Across the final round of this season's championship, the final round of the 2012 Season 4 Championship.
Yep, and someone will have the joy of peeling off that number one off the side of Madison Downs' car, and yeah, who knows? Well, I think we do know whose car it's going to stick to, but we'll find out in 30 laps time.
Yeah, I think it'll take a miracle and then someone to blow up their calculator for Richard Hampstead not to win this championship. We'll quickly run through the track facts. 3.7 k's in length, 9 turns around this track. Last season winner and pole position was Madison Down. Yeah, the race pace will be a lot slower than the qualifying pace as well. So the guys doing 126, 127s. Qualifying would be expecting 128s through to 1 minute 31s for race pace as the guys save fuel.
Yeah, it's certainly different to normally any of the other races we've watched or qualifying that we just wrapped up only a few moments ago. It's really different feel. These guys really have to get into that sort of fuel save mode now.
We'll quickly run through the grid. 20 cars in this field tonight. Justin Ruggier, the only man who has a mathematical chance of pipping Richard Hampstead, but I don't think it can happen just looking at the strength of this race. Richard Hampstead will be in P2, then it's Mitchell McLeod, Scott McLaughlin, great to have him back in the series again. Vale Richards, Sean Kelly, Michael Fabian, Josh Muggleton, John Emerson, John Latham, Mitch Abril, Matthew Hill, James McKnight, Rob Hartley, Sam Collins, Thomas Guarini, Cohen May, Corey Osborne, Dave Hingston and Nick Rainbird.
Yep, some good drivers there, good times in qualifying, and no doubt it'll produce some good racing. There's mixed emotions up and down the V8 paddock as far as these fuel saving races, but at the end of the day, it's part of our series. We sort of have to get on with it. It's just one of those different elements that could work in someone's favour and could really work against others. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, we've been talking about the main championship. Richard Hampstead looks like he will have that all wrapped up. In iRacing, there are 10 divisions, so the front guys have their own championship, but the mid-pack guys have their own one as well. There's a really, really close battle in Division 2 between Michael Fabian and Matthew Hill. At the moment, they're separated by 7 points. So Matthew Hill needs to finish ahead of Michael Fabian to have any chance. So that's another championship we'll need to watch in this race tonight. Robert Hartley also mathematical chance that he can take that division as well.
Just touching on that. Sorry, mate. Just touching on that. Fabian starts in 7th place. Hilly's in 12th. So that's going to be interesting throughout the night.
Hilly, very, very good at fuel saving. So, although Fabian had some really, really good pace in the early race tonight, so that will be really interesting to watch. Actually, their lap times, there isn't much between them either. It's only half a second, so that's not a great deal. Drivers just gridding up for the final race of the 2012 iRacing.com V8 Supercar official online series.
I do love how some of these drivers leave it till the very last second just to save that fuel. I know there's some drivers that actually turn their engines off when they're sitting on the grid for these tight fuel races, but you'll find a lot of these guys will grid up at the very last second.
Yeah, they've still got 18 seconds before they're forced to grid up. If they miss that time or even click a second too late, they actually start from pit lane. Scott McLaughlin looks like the only driver yet to grid, and there he is now. All 20 cars on the grid now. Revs rise. Underway for the final race of the 2012 championship. Sean Kelly, terrible start. Margot swamps him very, very quickly. Up the front, McLaughlin's got around Mitchell McLeod. We've got a bit of contact, we've got a car spun around. Nearly, Thomas Greeny managed to hold on to that.
Oh, good save. That's the last thing you want at the drop of the green flag, but everyone's done a brilliant job to get away nice and clean.
A little bit of damage to the back of Rob Hartley's car as well, but everyone else looks as if we got through nice and clean. Well, finally pulled in a single file as well.
It's catch-22 when all these cars are bunched up. We've spoken so much about fuel saving, and it's so tempting just to mash the throttle and get past the guy in front of you, but you've also got to hit your fuel numbers as well.
Thomas Greeny's hit the wall.
Now, that may have been a result as his earlier contact, we're not sure. We'll have to check the replay, but actually looks like he's had a bit of a moment and fired it straight into the fence.
Yeah, a bit of a lock up there, and that's fired him into the fence, side by side with his teammate. Hartley putting a lot of pressure on Mitch Averill, who was side by side with his teammate Thomas Carini when that incident happened. As we said, Averill running new colours as we go back to the front, side by side down the front straight.
These guys are racing hard side by side and trying to save fuel at the same time. This is awesome.
Who said we don't like fuel saving races?
Me.
This should be a good race. I think this is going to stay like this all race. As much as Hammer said
he's going to look on the inside
for the race win. As much as he said he's not pushing for the race win, he's a racer, so he'll definitely be pushing for the race win. Back in the pack a little bit. Emerson and Kelly side by side.
If Kelly can, he'll try the crossover. No, he doesn't quite. It's really hard to get the power on. We've spoken about that in qualifying, that uphill section, just to get the throttle down. The car really wants to get away, but he'll just tag onto the back and maybe make a move a little bit later on.
Teammate John Latham in behind as well. Amstead definitely isn't letting Ruggier get away here.
You think he'd be quite content to finish second, wouldn't you? You know, he's got a championship on the horizon. Doesn't look like too much can stand in his way, but he doesn't want to give away too much and fire it into the fence. But at the end of the day, he's having a great little battle with Ruggier. And nearly nose-to-tail contact there.
How did they not touch?
And they're saving fuel at the same time.
There's some bump drafting down the straight. Hammer's got the inside line into one.
Yep, we get the job done. Nice positioning of the car. Ruggier just had to back out and try the crossover. Will he fire up the inside?
Don't think so. He thought about it for a second. Great battle.
And right behind him, he's got his teammate Scott McLaughlin, who's probably sitting there going, all right, boys, battle it out a little bit, use up some fuel, and I'll save mine.
And McLeod and Muggleton there are looking and going, what's going on up there?
Are these boys fuel saving or what?
James McKnight's already made an entry into the pit lane. Not sure what's happened with him. This is third, fourth, fifth, McLaughlin, McLeod, Muggleton's Triple M.
So Mitch is out there flying the colours for tats.com with Madison obviously having a bit of time out from racing tonight. So but he's doing a great job. He's all over the back of Scotty, and like we said, Scotty's only had, I think, today or yesterday, I think, for his seat time to get back into racing. So it's good to have him back on track.
The front three guys we'll see in Racer Champions next week as well as Muggo. Division 2, Michael Fabian currently in 7th position, Matthew Hill 15th, so that looks like that championship could be all over.
Yeah.
Hill looking to try and get past Corey Osborne. Think about getting up the inside, not quite close enough.
Although he's in the position he's in, it's still not all lost. We've seen so many times where unfortunate issues can happen with accidents or, you know, dare I say, internet dropouts. So all's not lost. It's just puts him a little bit behind the 8 ball at the moment.
I didn't say it. Whoever has that happen tonight, I didn't say it. It was Sandman. It was not me. I don't want the hate mail.
Just don't give Hilly my address if that's how it plays out.
Go back to this battle for third. McLaughlin really struggling for rear grip. Very, very early to be struggling as well. His car getting a lot looser than McLeod behind. This car looks really settled on the road.
It could be one of those parts of saving fuel too. I know there's a lot of guys who've got different ways of saving fuel, but you'll find these guys will really roll out of the throttle, and sometimes they may just misjudge their braking marker and try to carry more speed through the turn so they're not on the throttle as much. So that could be part and parcel of these cars moving around more than they want to.
Also, this track makes it very, very hard to keep it on the track, I guess. You know, could Hampstead actually be not fuel saving? Because he's pushed out to a 2.5 second lead, instantly gained 1.2 seconds on that last lap.
Yep, hey, why not? I mean, it's all speculation at the moment, but if he's not hitting his fuel numbers, I think he's got nothing to lose. He's almost got the championship wrapped up. I think as long as he finishes tonight, so he's probably got nothing to lose. Go hard and see what happens.
Hills managed to get past Corey Osborne while we were looking at that battle for third. Go back though, because definitely a three-way battle for the final spot on the podium at the moment.
Geez, wouldn't you love to have a look at Hammer's fuel numbers? Because he's probably, if he's looking to go and do a pit stop, he's going to need somewhere in the vicinity of 30 seconds if he's going to pit. So should be interesting to see how this plays out.
He's definitely not slowing down. Well, looking at the live numbers, he actually is slowing down a little bit, but McLeod definitely getting close enough to McLaughlin to think about having a look. I think he'll try and save a bit more fuel before he does. Good chance to save fuel when you're tucked up behind another car.
Oh, no doubt. He'd be loving that. Just tucked right underneath that wing, and yeah, if you can get a few laps just in that little thing moving around, nice little save. But yeah, a real huge advantage if you can stay tucked under that wing and use that draft.
Muggleton's probably in the best seat in the house at the moment. He's got the 2 cars ahead, which you can save a little bit extra fuel again. Just roll out of the throttle a little bit earlier again, and a little bit less brake, and don't have to worry too much about that sort of thing. Great for you looking back.
Oh, he's got a bit of a draft here. Can he move up the inside? A little bit of contact. Oh, it's as close as you want. Another coat of paint. That could have been a different story.
That was very close. That's all I can say. Back a little bit. This is a big battle. This is 6th through to 9th. Riches, Fabian, Emerson and Kelly. It's just not these guys up the front that are battling.
Yeah, and this is going to happen from first to last, especially the condition that we're in tonight, where these guys have to save fuel. It's one of those catch-22s where you want to run as fast as you can, but you've got to hit that magic fuel number to make the distance. You
want to run as fast as you can, but you just know you can't. You just can't afford to do it. Now, that lap around, Justin Ruggie has gained another 0.8 of a second. Sahroog McLeod up the inside of McLaughlin.
Oh, he's going to find himself on the wrong part of the race. Contact! They're into the fence! Oh, contact! That's the last place you want to make contact. These guys made a little bit of... Oh, that fired them straight off, and that'll almost end their night. Unfortunate bit of contact there between them.
I don't know what happened there. These guys have now come back out on track.
I was going to say, Mitch was on the wrong part of the racetrack. Looked like he turned straight into Scotty. And Scotty, I don't know if there wasn't much room there or what the deal was, but wow, that the one person who loves that is Muggo.
Yeah, Muggo's now found himself in P3 on his return. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it's almost like Scotty's car didn't turn. I don't know what the deal was there.
Actually, looking back at it, his front wheels are turned, but his car's just gone straight ahead. I don't know what's happened there.
Yeah, it's a real head scratcher, isn't it? Because it's definitely not like Scotty. It's not his driving style. So
yeah, it's not Mitch's either. They're back into it.
He's gone round. Mitchell McLeod spun round. Contact here with was it McLaughlin again?
Yeah, McLaughlin again.
It's real strange. It's hard to sort of to work out what's going on.
Oh, and McLaughlin's now found himself in this battle. This is 11th through 15th. McLaughlin with a damaged car.
Yeah, that's looks like Matty Hill's going to get underneath him, get another position. So yeah, Scotty's he's in all sorts now with that damage, and it's going to be pretty tough to bounce back from this one.
Get back up near the front. Michael Fabian's been passed by John Emerson. He's now got Sean Kelly in behind. Kelly having a look. Got a second DNF for the race as well. Sorry, third DNF because McLeod is out. Collins is also out. And Tom Guarini, who had that nasty off on the first lap.
All side by side, Fabian and Kelly. That's a tricky part of the racetrack. That's the last. It's hard enough to go through their single file, let alone these guys side by side.
I was about to say the same thing. There's only one line there for sure, and even then it's not wide enough for a V8 supercar. Whoa, and just behind, Mitch Abrils into the fence. No, he's held it. Wow.
Well, that'll excite the V8 supercar fan group, boys, for sure. Lucky to not fire it into the fence.
And McLaughlin in the lane now as well. I think his race is done.
Was it you that was saying these fuel-saving races aren't exciting?
I thought that was you, actually, Sammy.
Well, it's never been too exciting from my seat. Mind you, that's probably back in 10th or 15th, and I've got no one around me.
Hey, you're still ahead of me. Not much fun in last, I'll tell you now.
We just couldn't talk about the battle up front. Richard Hampstead, that gap between himself and Ruggier, that's now down to 1.2 seconds. I think that nearly got out to 3 seconds at one stage before we were catching up with all the action back there. So things are changing up the front.
Yeah, the lap times have stabilised and neutralised. They're back to identical lap times again. Could Hammer have just been boxing a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe playing a bit of mind games, trying to get Ruggier to use up more of his fuel.
Maybe he just wanted to make sure he'd take that spot and then he could conserve and hold that position at the end of the race when neither of them have got fuel. If we go to Sam Collins, Carwin May, this is 12th and 13th.
Oh, looking up the inside, maybe not. He's really moving around in the mirror though, and that's probably one of the keys. If you can just move around and dart around and just distract the driver in front a little bit, sometimes that's half the battle. And if you can distract them a little bit where they maybe miss their braking marker, they can run wide a little bit and you can sneak it up the inside.
He's definitely trying to take a little bit less speed into the corner to get a bit of drive out of that corner, but just can't do it.
The one thing May's got to worry about is Rainbird's right there, and if May finds himself a little bit wide, Rainbird will stick it up the inside, no doubt.
McLaughlin's just had some internet issues and dropped out altogether, so that'll be the end of his race, unfortunately. We'll see him next week in Race of Champions, next Sunday night from 7 PM Sydney time. Go back, this is now 6th and 7th, Fabian and Kelly. Kelly getting ahead of Fabian, of course, before.
And just an update on that championship too. Fabian, 7th place, Matty Hill 11th. So with all the drama that's happened in the last few laps, that margin between the two boys has shrunk a little bit in Matty's favour.
Yeah, they're actually back to their starting positions now. But biggest mover in the race, Josh Muggleton, he's come from, I think, 9th on the grid. 8th on the grid, he's in P3.
Be fairly happy with that, just hitting his fuel numbers and watching everyone else have dramas in front of him. It's easiest way to make positions when you've got people dicing in front of you.
Vale Riches is catching him though, so that gap between, well, it's now 3rd and 4th. Muggo and Riches is closing slightly. Ali just ran a little bit wide there. Fabian may get a chance to close back up. Put a bit more pressure on Sean Kelly.
Geez, as exciting as it would be to be in Fabian's position to maybe clinch a championship, the last thing you want to do is try and race these guys around you and save fuel at the same time. It's although his race isn't nervous enough as it is trying to clinch that title, he's got all these other dramas as well with fuel saving.
Cohen's finally got ahead of Sam Collins. Nick Rainbird putting a bit of pressure now on as well. He's closed right up.
Sort of getting to the point in the race where these guys will sort of, they really concentrate on their fuel numbers. We've got 19 laps to go, and they know if they're not hitting the number that they need to, this is where the field will find themselves probably spread out a little bit.
As we mentioned, Racer Champions next weekend, or next Sunday and Monday night, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 6 p.m. Queensland, 9 p.m. New Zealand, and that'll be 4 p.m. in Western Australia. It is Sunday and Monday nights. Of course, public holidays, so you can tune in and watch me crash 4 races over 2 nights.
You can really hear the confidence, mate.
Oh, you guys have been putting way too much pressure on me. I'm really feeling it. Of course, I'll be representing the commentary box v8sonline team. Of course, Sam, man, after this one, you can have it back because I don't like the pressure. We'll alternate. It's okay, we'll alternate.
He's quick to handball it.
Oh, I'm so excited to get it now. I've got the seat. I don't know if I want it.
Oh, you'll have an absolute ball, mate.
No doubt that it'll be good fun. Now, Nick Rainbird has managed to get ahead of Sam Collins. So Collins has lost 2 positions in the last lap. Just seeing if we can find a replay of the pass.
Yeah, coming down the straight. Looks like he just had the move up the inside. Was probably looking at those fuel numbers maybe, and may have even rolled out of it a little. Who knows?
Yeah, Collins rolled out of that really early, almost slowing down at the 150 metre marker, and we saw with Richard Hampstead at the start before we went into the racing, his hot lap said you brake just near the 100 metre mark, so 50 metres earlier, that's a massive difference, but that saves quite a lot of fuel as well. Rob Hartley's getting a little bit of pressure applied from Matthew Hill. Hilly's moving up through the field. He was back in 15th.
Yeah, everything sort of falls on his shoulders where he just needs to pick off as many positions as he can, and yeah, Robert Hartley will definitely know about it in the next few laps. Hilly knows what his fuel numbers are, which is good, and he's been really good. I've watched him all week, and he's been really good at saving fuel and running fast at the same time, which is real handy.
I've just been handed a piece of paper. It says that we've got a special offer for v8sonline viewers. If you're interested in getting yourself a cockpit and always thought they're a bit too expensive, Track Racer are giving an offer for v8sonline viewers $200 off a cockpit. So they're normally $8.99, they're now $6.99. So check out Track Racer, TRAKRACAR, C-E-R, I can't even spell, trackracer.com.au, or check out the link on our v8sonline Facebook page.
Yeah, a brilliant bit of kit. If you haven't got yourself a sim rig or a cockpit as such, and you're racing at a desk, yeah, I highly suggest you get yourself one because it'll improve your lap times no end.
Or if you're skilled like Sandman, you could build your own like Sandman. So I'd have to buy one. Now, over the last little bit, teammate battle between Vale Riches and John Emerson.
And this has been going on all week, actually, with a couple of the races earlier in the last few days, where these guys have been swapping position and pipping each other at the line. It's been brilliant to watch. Just having a look at the lead now. We spoke about that Hampstead got that gap out over Ruggier. It probably got out to 3 seconds at one stage. It's now 1 second. Hampstead's last time round 29.7, Ruggier's last time round 29.4. So 0.3 faster that last lap round.
This lap as well, it'll be another 0.3. I think it's down to 0.8, 0.7 of a second. Official gap is 0.8 of a second. Lifetime is saying 0.7. Either way, it's closer.
So is that what he may have done? He may have charged a little bit early to get that bit of a gap, play a bit of mind game with Ruggier, and now he needs to really save on the numbers. So that could have been what happened earlier.
He was joking before we went live that he was going to put the tennis on his laptop and watch that while he was racing. So maybe something's happened in the tennis and he's lost a bit of concentration. Go back to this 6th and 7th, Kelly and Fabian. They're still going at it, only 0.3 separating these guys. Fabian's car looks a lot smoother on track than Kelly's. Matthew Hill gets another position, moves up to P10 as he gets past Rob Hartley.
Fabian must know about that position change because he's all over the back of Kelly now, really keen to get the job done on the V8 Supercar Fan Group Falcon. And he knows there's a championship on the line, so every position counts.
A half a second gap on track, but not much. Hill and Fabian separated by...
It's about 11
seconds,
seconds, is it?
Working
About
time, 11 seconds. Yeah, roundabout. Yeah. Good work, Mr. Calculator. I said the only way Justin could win the championship was if the calculator overheated. I think I just did.
Well, you've done a good job all season so far, so we won't take it out on you too much.
Hey, this is the important one. Can't fail now. Gap back to 0.6 of a second now, halfway through the race. Might see a few drivers pit soon if they're doing it. Looking out there, I don't think anyone is.
I think the fast guys up front have really got it down pat as far as saving fuel and being quick at the same time. It's definitely an art form. I know how to save fuel, I just don't know how to be quick at the same time. So these guys are doing a real good job, and I don't think you'll see these front runners come into the pit lane.
I don't know how to save fuel or be quick, so you got one up on me.
Back in the pack, 8th and 9th, John Latham and Mitchell Abril. These guys are quite a few seconds back off the rest of the pack, but they're doing a brilliant job at, like we keep talking about it, hitting that magic fuel number. Brilliant job. Mitchell Abril waving the flag for V8 Supercar Fan Group. Robert Hartley's definitely got his hands full back here too.
Yeah, he's really struggling.
Yeah, Cameron May's really looks like he's well, last lap round 29.9, 32.5. So Hartley had a big moment. He's really saving fuel maybe because even that time he just rolled straight out of the throttle down the front straight, if you can call it front straight.
Yeah, didn't put a fight up at all. I think that's the easiest position Cohen will take tonight. Yeah, Gap at the front now. Live timing says it's 0.4 of a second. 14 laps to go. These guys already have no fuel left. They'll be pushing it as hard as they can. And it actually plays into Justin's hands being behind because he'll use that little bit of draft. Might only save 50 mils of fuel a lap, but that could be enough to get him over the line.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He'll be in no hurry to get past him, like exactly what you said. He'll sit behind, get as much tow as he can, roll out of the throttle, and that could be the big difference at the end.
Now the guys that we've been watching 6th and 7th, Kelly and Fabian, look like they're catching the guys ahead in Emerson and Riches. So we could see a 4-car battle for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th very, very soon.
Just checking out those times, they're consistently 1 or 2 tenths quicker every lap, so, and you can visually see that they're really pulling that margin in, so nice bit of driving by Kelly and Fabian.
Muggleton's lost a little bit of time again back to Riches, so actually it's a 5-way battle for the final spot on the podium. The guys out in front, they've now taken a 5.5 second lead back to Muggleton in 3rd, and there's a car length between them. It's brilliant to watch.
Oh, you're not wrong. I'm breathing a sigh of relief. I'm in the commentary box because, oh, look, Rugby is going to have a look up the inside.
Big dive.
Yep, huge move. Just roll. Nice job. Gets the position done. Sneaks up the inside of Hampstead, and Hampstead's now going to try and fire back.
And we know that he's got less fuel because he's pushed on early.
Oh, he's going to dive the inside! Here he goes! He fires straight up the inside, rolls out of the throttle, and now these guys are going to go side by side again.
These guys are the number 1, it's a fuel-saving race, and number 2, there's 13 laps to go, yes?
Oh, apparently, but they know their fuel numbers better than we do, but holy smoke, these guys battling it out now. Hampstead will take the lead again, and Rugia will tuck in behind.
12 laps to go when they cross the line. Who said fuel races were boring?
You did. Oh, more contact. No, they've gone through. Nice bit of rivalry. Wow, they've left each other plenty of room, and now Hampstead will find himself on the outside with Rugger at the inside.
Hard place to get over under, so Hampstead will pull back into line here. This is brilliant to watch.
And you're wondering how these guys are getting it done. What they're doing is they're just rolling straight out of the throttle and braking as late as they can. They're trying not to use fuel as they're battling out. It's actually brilliant to watch.
Muggleton and the rest gained over a second on that last lap, so they'll be catching very, very quickly.
Just going to quickly check the high shot, whether there was a little bit of contact or not, but no.
Yeah, Hampstead's rolled out a little bit now. I think he's decided he'll give him a bit of room and attack again later. This is brilliant to watch.
I can't stress how hard it is to run this fast and have a battle on your hands and save fuel at the same time. If these guys make it home, they will have done a mammoth job.
The gap from 1st back to 3rd is now 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds. Muggleton is closing as well. This definitely isn't over. We could have a 7-car battle for the lead the way this is going.
Last lap round, Muggo was a second faster than these guys up front, Ruggier and Hampstead. So, yeah, these guys will be licking their lips just seeing these guys battling out because it'll just slowly peg them back into the battle.
Official gap from 1st back to 3rd now 3.7 seconds.
Geez, what I'd give to have a look at their fuel numbers right now.
Matthew Hill catching lowly, gained 7/10 of a second on Mitch Averill in 9th, so he still has a chance moving up a couple of spots. Their battle for Division 2 between Fabian and Hill still isn't over, but Ruggier out in front has now pulled out a 2nd lead.
Well, it's constantly changing. These guys, these guys having a brilliant battle. They know what their fuel numbers are to hit, and I think it's probably smart that Richard sort of backed off a little bit, because he may have used probably a bit more than what he would have liked to maybe break Rogia earlier in the race, if that's exactly how it played out.
10 laps to go. Sean Kelly doing a really good job of holding Michael Fabian off. I think Fabian has a little bit more pace and probably has saved enough fuel. Well, almost. There's a big drift. That's not going to help his fuel economy.
Or the temperature in the left rear.
No.
But right, what Fabian has to do is just keep it all under control. He knows he's got a bigger picture to look out on. His closest contender in the championship is back in 10th place, Matty Hill. He probably finds himself a couple of seconds away from making up another position.
Go back in the pack a little, 13th, 14th, 15th. Collins in the green, Bits, Kazaras Falcon. Then you've got Nick Rainbird, Overclockers Australia Falcon. And then Corey Osborne. Make sure I say the right Osborne. 2C Osborne's in the team, makes it a little bit hard.
So many good battles up and down the field. So much going on up front where the guys are racing hard. And then you've got so many positions these guys battle out for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I mean, anything can happen for that last spot on the podium as well. These guys are running hard, and we don't even know if they can, clearly make it on fuel yet, because we saw in the earlier race, people running out, still coming up to the last turn.
I think Hampstead might be really struggling for fuel, because Muggleton is now the fastest driver on track at the moment. Well, Richards actually is the fastest driver, and then Muggleton. But that gap from 2nd back to 3rd is less than 2 seconds.
And if Hampstead's not careful, this is bringing Muggo right back into the mix, because I think Muggo's really seeing that he's making up good ground on Hampstead. Last time round, Muggo 29.453, Hampstead a 30.156.
The gap from 1st back to 2nd is now live timing 2.2 seconds.
Yeah, it's really playing into Justin's hands, isn't it? He's got the race under his own control at the moment. He'll be dipping the clutch where he can, rolling out of the throttle as early as he can, and still maintaining that pace. So it's brilliant to watch, and he'd be fairly content at the moment.
Kelly and Fabian, that battle is still going on. I think that started at lap 1 or lap 2, so this is 22 laps done. We're on lap 23 of 30 in the final race of the championship. Well, we have a week break from the V8, and we're back into it 2 weeks' time. Sam Collins has had a bit of an incident.
He had a big moment and fired it into the fence. Unbelievable.
Into both fences. Oh no, just the one fence.
It's easy to do. You can see he comes out of the turn, gets on the throttle, and it wiggles and just fires it straight into the fence. What a shame.
Yeah, unlucky. Driving very well. He was struggling a little bit for rear tyre grip. He's glad the season's nearly over. I can hardly speak.
It's interesting that you say that, because we haven't touched much on tyre wear. Obviously 30 laps around here is hard yakka in itself, but everyone's been worried about crunching the fuel numbers, but these tyres do get a little bit tired towards the end of this race, and that's probably what's caught him out a little bit.
Was that a bad pun or not? Tyres getting tired, or?
You picked up on that, did you?
Oh, well, someone's got to. Someone's got to pick up on the bad puns. If you're not giving them, you have to at least notice them.
That's right.
So this battle, this is still 6th and 7th going on. This is 23 laps done. I think I said this last time we crossed the line. They're still going at it, but I think Fabian has the upper hand. Being tucked in behind, he's been able to save a little bit more fuel.
Yeah, and Kelly's car looks like it's moving around a little bit more than probably what he would like to. So, yeah, definitely working in Fabian's hands. And a little bit further, I think Hilly's probably definitely got his hands full with Carl May. So that could definitely be handy come when they add up all the points at the end of the race.
As you said, Hill really under some pressure from May. May's closed up very, very quickly to Hill.
So lap 24 of 30, we see Justin Ruggier leading over Richard Hampstead, Josh Muggleton, Vale Ritchies and John Emerson for your top five. I don't think it's over for that last step on the podium. It's incredibly close from, third place Muggleton to seventh place Fabian. So that could change. A lot of these guys could cough towards the end and, this can all come undone before you know it.
Yeah, probably in the best position. He's been tucked in behind another car all race, John Emerson. Very, very good at saving fuel as well. So, yeah, we'll see how it unfolds. 6 laps to go now. Kelly and Fabian are still going at it. This is the closest they've been. Only 0.2 of a second that time.
Oh, that V8 Supercar fan group Falcon moving around. You can see Fabian trying to position himself. He's on the outside. He'll try the crossover here. This angle really gives you a view of just how much these cars are moving around on these old tyres. Oh, he's gone wide. There we go. It didn't take much.
Position. That's what the pressure of being tucked in behind another car for 25 laps is.
Just got out a little bit wide, just near the ripple strip, and couldn't pull it in, and unfortunately just had to chase the car away from the circuit, and did a good job to keep it off the fence, but unfortunately lost a lot of ground and had to give up the position.
There's less than 2 seconds between second and third now. We see Muggo get a high podium, a second. Or if something happens to Justin with fuel, maybe even a win.
That's right. We don't know that these guys are fully in the clear as far as fuel, because we saw the battle that Ruggier and Hampstead had, and they've used a bit more fuel than they wanted. So this could put Muggo in a pretty good spot.
Now, Emerson right on the back of Vale Ritchies. Rich is struggling with a little bit of rear grip, getting really sideways on it.
It's good to see no team orders here. The only team order, I guess, is not to take each other out. So these guys doing a good job. Nice little battle between themselves. Now, we just got word that Abril may have had a bit of a moment, and he's definitely got his hands full with Hill.
So guys, I think I might have just had a bit of a microphone issue there. I think I'm right.
So this is actually a good chance for Hilly to get a spot on Mitch Abril, because yeah, there he goes. He's going to go right past him. So maybe Abril's got damage, or he's really low on fuel, or I'm not sure, but he has got a bit of damage on that car.
Yes, he had a little bit of damage from right at the start of the race, but it hasn't affected his car too much. But maybe that little bit of extra tyre wear from having that damage has hurt him now. But also, we've got both V8 Supercar fan group cars having issues at around about the same point on the track, or the same point of the race, sorry.
Sorry, mate, I was doing the wrong thing. I was flicking through the field and saw that Sean Kelly had a big moment coming onto the front straight. But so, yeah, both the Supercar fan group Falcons struggling towards the later stage of this race.
Now see if we can go to the battle for second and third. Look at Muggo hunting down Hampstead.
Just trying to see, he was about 3 or 4 tenths quicker that last time round. So yeah. Muggo's loving this battle.
Actually nearly was 7 tenths of a second last lap around. Hampstead a 29.8, Muggleton a 29.1.
So, has Hammer gone a little bit too close on fuel? I guess we'll wait and see how this next 3 laps play out.
Look at Emerson really pushing Vale and Riches along. I think Emerson might actually try and take the spot here soon.
You'd like to think he'd probably be in the better fuel situation where he's been tucked under the back of Vale for nearly the whole race. And that could definitely play out nicely towards the end.
3 laps to go when they cross the line. Justin Ruggier now 2.4. No, sorry, it's come in 1.8 second lead.
Yeah, 3.
Hampstead.
He lost 3/10 to Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer, really quick lap time in comparison to what he's been doing there. This race definitely isn't over.
No, it's not. Any one of these top 3 guys.
And we're coming up to traffic as well. Well, it looks like traffic's going to get out of the way. James McKnight moving out of the way. He's got involved in an incident early on in the race.
So the top 3 cars, not sure on fuel numbers, only covered by 2.5 seconds last time round. So definitely anyone's race. It doesn't take much for one of these cars to cough and you lose so much momentum. So if these guys got a little bit more in the tank, they definitely can make up these spots.
Richies and Emerson, that battle still isn't over. Hills managed to pull away from May in the battle we were watching earlier, so it's all about these front 5 guys now.
So as they come to the line this time by, it'll be 2 laps to go. Justin Ruggier leads over Richard Hampstead and Josh Muggleton. I think it's going to come down to these 3 guys.
2 to go. Official gap at the line is for 5.5 tenths of a second. Look how close Muggo's closing up. He struggled to pull that up, but Hammer's really getting out of the throttle really early. I think we've just found out Hammer's fuel situation from this onboard.
And don't forget, these tyres are probably best past their use by date as well. So the guys have got enough problems where they're trying to save fuel and look after these tyres. But Ruggier to be enjoying this little bit of a breather that he's got, almost 2 seconds over Richard Hampstead last lap round.
Justin Ruggier may not have enough fuel to get home. Hammer's on the edge of his fuel numbers. Can we see Muggo get his first broadcast win?
Oh, that'd be sensational. So we go on board the TTR Hype Stimulator Falcon, all over the back of Richard Hampstead. These guys know that it's really close on fuel numbers. Muggo really got good car pace, and it's all a matter of who's got what left in the tank.
Last lap this time around. Who said fuel races were boring? Damn, man's going to eat his words tonight.
No, it wasn't me. We're going to delete this broadcast.
Just the start where you said fuel races were boring.
Oh, it's a brilliant thing though. Ruggier Hampstead, that battle earlier on, and Muggo trying to get up the inside here. No, he just thinks better of it, tries to position the car a little bit better. But look how much Hampstead's car's moving around.
So late on the throttle, so early off it. There's nothing in it.
2.2 seconds covers the top 3, and we don't know if everyone can make it home yet.
Matthew Hill had a little bit of an off. Half a lap to go. This is about the point where they'll start to stress, be checking the numbers twice. Hoping, crossing their fingers, they've got enough to get it home.
Yeah, Ruggier's only got a couple more turns. Can he hold these boys off? Has he got enough tank? In the tank. He's coming down this straight. Now he's just got the right-hander to do. Are they going to make it? Looks like Justin Ruggie has done everything he's had to do. A great battle mid-race with Richard Hampstead, but he'll take the win for the final race of the season.
And he's just run out of fuel just as he's crossed the
So
line.
is Hammer. So is Hammer.
Hammer's out. Muggo's still got a little bit left, but...
Richie's is out too, I think. And Emerson.
Fabian's crossed the line. He's out of fuel as well. He finishes in 6th. Kelly crosses the line. He's still got a little bit left.
Kelly's coughing as he crossed the line. Yep. Brilliant.
John Latham, he'll cross the line. Richard Hampstead, though, congratulations.
Hilly's
Second
out.
Championship.
Hilly's out.
Oh, and he just crosses the line.
Yeah, we're getting word. Mitch Abril is out down the... He's still got to get through the last turn. He found himself in 12th position.
One good thing about this track, if you run out on that little straight, you're pretty much downhill to the finish line, so you'll just roll across the line at about 100 k's.
Nick Rainbird, he's coughing through as well.
There's a battle just ahead of him, though.
Yeah,
Osborne,
he's lost spots.
Hinkson, Osborne's out of fuel, and Hinkson takes the spot. And Rainbird's out of fuel as well. Wow.
Who said fuel races weren't exciting?
Oh, we'll go back to the congratulations now. Richard Hampstead, congratulations to him, picking up his 2nd championship. Fantastic season from him. Very, very consistent the whole way through, and made it very, very hard for anyone else to come through. Michael Fabian will pick up Division 2 championship. So congratulations to him. We'll run through the results. Justin Ruggier from Richard Hampstead. Josh Muggleton, great to see him back out on track. Vale Riches, John Emerson. Michael Fabian, Sean Kelly. John Latham, Cohen May, Matthew Hill running at the top 10. Rob Hartley, Mitch Abril, Dave Hingston, Corey Osborne, Nick Rainbird, then James McKnight, Sam Collins, Scott McLaughlin, Mitch McLeod, Thomas Guarini. Wow.
Yeah,
what a
that race,
fantastic end of the season.
mate, that race had everything, didn't it? We had great battles halfway through the race. These guys were supposed to be saving fuel. They obviously did everything they needed to do to get the job done.
Yeah, great to watch. One of the best races we've had all season. It's been yet another fantastic season.
Yeah, so many. We've had different winners. Like we said, first half of the season, it looked like Scott McLaughlin was going to walk away with it. I think 4 straight wins, I think it was, and then
3 wins. Yep.
3 wins, and who would have thought that Madison Down would go nearly the entire season without a win? So, you know, so many twists and turns in this championship, and you know, Richard Hampstead will be absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Justin will be happy picking up a win in the last race as well. He worked very, very hard towards the end of the season, so well done to him. We'll get the official results up before we wrap it up, but we'll go to Muggo. Welcome back, mate. Good drive. Nearly had it at the end, though.
Yeah, bit of a spur of the moment thing. I've missed you guys.
We've missed you too, mate.
Yeah, I was just holding my own there and looking after fuel, and got to the last lap and had 3 litres left, so I thought, you beauty, I might have these blokes, and they had enough fuel as well. So, but it was good to come back and get a podium, and yeah, looking forward to next season.
I think we all are, mate.
Yeah.
It was a great run, mate. You haven't spent a lot of time in the seat lately, but you jumped straight in last night. You hit your fuel numbers, got a win last night, and a great run tonight. You'd be fairly happy.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. I tend to like these fuel-saving races, so I didn't need much practice, and the boys gave us a great set, and yeah, good times.
Good to have you back out on track, mate. We've missed you.
Good to be back, guys. I've missed you all.
Can you give us any info on next season? Will you be back for next season, or how does it stand, or you're not quite sure yet?
Nah, I'll be back now. Yeah, just end of that middle of this season, just became real busy in real life commitments, and I wasn't able to commit fully to it, so I thought it'd be a good time to take a break and come back fresh for next season. But yep, I'll be there raring to go.
Good luck for next season, mate. And hopefully, if you get a win next season, we'll actually broadcast it for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I plan on getting a few, so.
I'm sorry. I still feel bad about that.
Thank God for Nick Rainbird, hey?
Yeah. We'll go to the race winner, Justin Ruggier. Good rating, mate. Just enough fuel at the end?
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was a really, really good race there with Richard, and well done to Muggo too, mate. He's been away for a while, and it's good to have him back, and that's why we need him in the series. He's a very good contender, so well done to them guys.
Mate, you gave us a bit of a heart starter halfway through that race. You and Richard had a brilliant battle side by side, and we actually wondered if all that fuel saving strategy had gone out the window for a little while.
I was burning a bit off fuel, but I managed to bring it back, and fortunate enough, I was lucky to catch Richard because I actually got a slowdown in that race. Going down that down the hill on the right hand, I used too much curb, but because he was saving so much fuel, it didn't really affect me too much. I probably lost half a second or 7/10 and managed to get it back, which was great.
Definitely a good way to end the season and post a good start to next season, I guess, Justin.
Yeah, definitely. It's just this season, the first half again, it wasn't really that strong, and towards the end or mid-season, we started leading a lot of races and winning races, and just a bit of bad luck towards the end. And I'm pretty sure Richard would have wrapped that championship up. But congratulations to all the boys at ANZ, Carwin, who does great work behind the scenes, and Brooksy and all the boys that help me, get these results for the team. And definitely the next season come around, I want to keep pushing and keep this momentum and prove why, I want to be up the front.
Before we go to a couple of the others, you two boys, reigning Race of Champions champion Muggo and first Race of Champions winner Justin, looking forward to next week.
You go, Justin.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's a great category for all of us, and it seems like it's fun, but it's so serious when we get down to it. And great races, and I really can't wait for next week to try and get that title back off Josh, and likewise I suppose for Josh who wants to keep it. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's a great concept, and big thanks to Chris Tarrant for organising it and then taking it on, because it's a big commitment. But it's it's so much fun jumping into random cars and random tracks that we don't know and trying to get the most out of it. It's really good fun.
Can you prepare yourself, guys, in a way for that race? Because it's, like you said, such an unknown. You don't know what car or track combo. Is there any way of preparing yourself, or you just take it straight on the nose as soon as you find out what combos are?
I just tend to drive the cars a fair bit, which we know that we're going to use, and the tracks, most of them we've all pretty much driven. So it's just getting used to the cars and how to get the most out of them, and then doing it on the night is the big thing.
Well, good luck for next week, boys, and don't take me out when you lap me.
Well, as long as you don't talk about that grass and how it's slippery in my qualifying lap, then yeah, all should be fine.
We just had to welcome you back the official way.
Can't believe my own teammate did it to me as well.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that, mate.
I'm sure the replay will prove it. It'll be on YouTube tonight.
We'll go quickly to Matthew Hill. Hilly, was that as much fun as you could have with your pants on?
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah,
Struggled a little bit in that late race?
In the first laps, I had a cat that was over affectionate towards me and wanted to sit on my lap while I was racing, so it was a bit tough to get into a bit of rhythm, but it was definitely different doing a fuel saving race, that's for sure.
Unlucky you finished P2 in your division, but you gave it a pretty good run, especially in your first full season in this car.
Yeah, a big congratulations to Fabes, Michael Fabian. He did a classic, really, really good job. Really too fast for me, so big congratulations to him. So, but to come second in my first season's really exciting. So,
in saying that, mate, you'd be no doubt looking forward to next season. Your first season, P2, you only missed out, let's have a look, was it 19 points, I think, in the end there, but no doubt you'll be looking for a strong season next season.
Well, after the last sort of 3 rounds, I know what I have to work on. So, a little bit more consistency, less mistakes, and hopefully I'll get a bit faster.
Well, congratulations to you, mate. Good drive all season. But we'll go to series champion, 2-time series champion now, Richard Hampstead. Congratulations, Hammer.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, I'm pretty, not unhappy with that. Just I had a pretty consistent season. Made a few mistakes, but I mean, everyone does. Got pushed pretty hard by Matt and Justin, especially. They had a bit of bad luck, so it made it a little bit easier for me. But yeah, I'm stoked with that.
Now, coming in tonight, we were almost certain you were going to wrap it up, but you definitely weren't going to sit back and just, let the race win go away. You had a great battle mid-race. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, after watching the first race, I pretty much realised I didn't quite have the pace of Justin, so I decided to take a bit of a gamble for this race and just try to push hard at the start, get a bit of a gap, and then start fuel saving, which worked a bit. Probably made things not quite so easy for Justin, but I mean, in the end, he just had pace. And so yeah, well done to him, and also well done to Muggo, who was very, very close at the end.
Is this better win or better victory championship-wise than your first championship, or prefer this one over the first one?
I'd say they're pretty even, really. Anytime you win a championship, it's always a great feeling. So yeah, I'd rank them pretty equal.
The best part now, mate, you get to go over to Madison's car and peel that number 1 off the window.
Yeah, I'll enjoy doing that. It'd be nice to take that off the TTR car and put it on the TTL car. Just mentioned TTL. Big thanks to those guys. Without them, I would have been nowhere. So yeah, huge thanks to those guys, especially John and Vale.
Congratulations once again, mate. You had a pretty good team around you who helped you out, and you've really shone this season, really consistent all season. So congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Pretty much wraps it up, I think, for the 2012 season. Another good season. Thanks again, Sam, man.
No, thank you, mate. Well done in the commentary box. All your efforts don't go unnoticed, mate. Big thank you to you and to Seb behind the scenes, mate. Thank you. A lot goes into the program throughout the season. We've had a brilliant season, multiple winners. We've had the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, and this season had a bit of everything. And it's only going to get better with season 4. Obviously, we've got Race of Champions next week, and some exciting news to come out of v8sonline for next season. So yeah, looking forward to a bigger and better season next year.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to make this special announcement. We've had to hold it off again, but we're just working out some finer points to this big announcement, which will take v8sonline to a level it's never been.
Is it how to adjust the sound so you don't deafen people on your promo videos?
Seb can adjust his promo videos.
I flatlined along with the video.
It was a very good video, though. So well done, Seb. Thanks heaps to Seb. He's done a lot of work behind the scenes, and without his hard work, the broadcast may not have even gone ahead for the last season. So thanks heaps, Seb. Really appreciate you helping me out and easing my stress level.
Also, too, I'll butt in before you wrap up, Jay. A big shout out to Jason too, who joined us throughout the season. It's been good to have him in the commentary box. He's been quite a busy boy and had certain difficult times throughout the last few months. So we can't wait to have him back in the commentary box. And thanks for his efforts as well.
Yeah, we'll hopefully have him in the box next week for Race of Champions. Race of Champions live from 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time on both Sunday and Monday night. Then the following week we are back at the new earlier time of 8:30 p.m. every Monday night for Round 1 2013. Watching the V8 Supercar official online series presented by Iracing.com, Extreme Sim Gear and Direct Clutch Services. Winner of round 12, Justin Ruggier, but Season 4 champion, Richard Hampstead.